Welcome back, friends. I am here doing something a little different this time. So last weekend I did a beer and vinyl, and I chose Endless River by Pink Floyd. Their most recent one did like a 24-minute video. It's one of those ones that has 2 discs for a whole album, so like 4 sides. So I actually flipped the side, talked, and it got blocked everywhere. So I'm like, you know what? I'm running out of vinyl. I think I'm going to pivot. So this is going to be, I really should have rinsed this glass out, but I'll do the best I can with it. I said, you're not going to get any editing with me or anything like that. What you get is what you get. So I'm going to use my water cup to kind of rinse out this glass because this beer and vinyl is not going to be in beer and vinyl. It's going to be, I have a heart over my head, I just realized. Just using that to rinse out the glass. Present from the daughter, or one of my daughters. My youngest, sweetie. Anyway, so I'm gonna do something different, and I'm running out of beer. So I drank these 3 extra Lava Channel. These are all Hidden River beers. I stopped up there a couple weeks ago on my way to homecoming, which happened. Just grabbed this jacket. Just it's a little down here at night. It's a little cooler, and I had just an undershirt on, which is thinner. So extra Lava Channel, which is like their Julius, fantastic beer. Probably did. I need to really keep track of what I reviewed, and there's another problem too. I should do that at some point. And then I had so their standard. It's kind of like a honey mosaic citra, kind of a little bit of honey. It's mostly Citra, it's a really good beer. It's a 4.4 on Untappd, so which I know a lot of people or some people don't, but like to me Untappd, the ratings are almost down to the point, like the 100th. This one was called Life That's Benevolent. This was solid, another double, and then I have the Raspberry Thief, which is they have this thing like every brewery does their own thing, and they have a Thief series, so it's kind of like a Berlin Weiss. It's a fruited lighter beer. I've had the Kalamazoo, which was It was actually I traded for years ago when I went up to homecoming. I gave him a Julius. He gave me one of them, and it was like a 381. I was like, oh, come on, bro. Love the brewery. They love to work for it. Well, I think they have a ton of they do great beers, and they can be even better. But that's besides the point. All right, so I'm going to do something different. Like I said, I'm kind of running out of things. It's like a Miller Lite. Which honestly, it's a good light beer. It's got it's probably like Sterling hops, I guess. The lager hops, the nice, easy. It's clean, it's crisp. It has just enough in it to kind of make you wanting more. So all right, I guess I'm doing a beer and a rant maybe, or something like that. Or I was thinking about doing like a top 7 list. These are just different ideas that have been permeating my mind. I figure I'd hop on camera and see which one fucking takes hold. So my rant. All right. I have rants. So like my one thing is blocking videos. Like I am recording myself speaking great of. This is not an example, but speaking great of your album. I'm talking about the song. I'm talking about why it's great. Like speaking probably to sometimes a different audience. There's at least people in my audience who are not, grunge fans or whatever genre I'm into. I do all different kinds of genre. I've done Ivan Redroff. I've done Sinatra. I've done classic rock, yacht rock, grunge, metal, singer-songwriter, Joan Baez, you name it. Like I've tried rap. I've done my son's rap album, or not his not his created rap album, but one of his albums. Just whatever. But so that's kind of one of my I don't get it. Like I am bringing. Why would you block me? If anything, you're shooting yourself in the foot. So it reminds me of that picture I've seen before where like there's a man and he's kind of like hanging from a stick, or no, he's laying. I'm sorry, he's laying on the cliff, and there's a rock on top of him, and his arms are outreached, and his wife is kind of like in this cove down the cliff, and she's reaching up, and a snake is like biting her arm, and neither of them can see the problem the other one has, but they're both reaching out to each other. Like, it's kind of cool. Anyway, I have this pet peeve that's going to sound super weird, but I think that's what I'm going to talk about, and I just think about it all the time when I'm doing it, and it bothers me, and I don't know why it bothers me. So maybe if I talk about it, it'll stop bothering me. But I think it's part of my type A personality or whatever I have, where I'm just constantly going all the time and just overwhelmed with life. Which, by the way, this is Men's Mental Health Awareness. I brought that up on the video that got blocked, and I talked about that, and now that's not going to make it to my audience. So, like, not only are you taking away me reviewing your album that nobody's going to listen to, it's Endless River. People are going to rip it. Like, I love it. I liked it. I talked about it. You took that away, and now you took away. I lost my train of thought. Whatever. So, Miller Lite, not the greatest beer, but hey, it does the job. Low calorie, can be refreshing after cutting the grass. First couple sips I enjoyed thoroughly, believe it or not, and now I'm like, maybe that's the key, the fresh pour. But anyway, yeah, you're losing out on blocking me for these videos because I'm going to talk about your album. I'm going to bring you into a genre that may not have you, whatever. Their fault. So my other weird oddity that I just kind of, like I said, I think I have to talk about on camera. I don't know, I probably regret saying this. I don't care. This is what you get with me. It drives me absolutely bonkers in my mind when I am filling an ice cube tray. And as I'm filling it, like with our sink, I have to turn it down a little bit or else it fills too much. But as I'm filling it, which usually takes, 16, 20 seconds. And if you hold it the right angle where, just slightly up like this, where it slopes down, you can fill the top ice cube slot, and it goes down. And then eventually you got the internal. When I do that, I can't do anything else. I want to do other things, but like if I reach over, I hear the water. Like, why can't I hold this hand straight and do something else with this hand? That pisses me off. And I think about it, I'm like, where would I, like, I don't know, I guess like princesses that went to princess school and had to like walk around with something on their head, maybe learn something like, I don't know, but to me, it's an absolute, I don't know, just when it's not the worst thing in the world, honestly, it isn't. But when it happens, I'm like, come on, man. Like, and I'll sit there and I'll think in my mind, like, all right, try to stay still while you're doing this. And it doesn't matter. No matter what I do, it still spills slightly. I move over, like, whatever. Goofiest thing in the world. But you're going to get these weird rants from me. That's one of my rants. The other one is like the vinyl. Oh, taking a vinyl and spreading it out over 4 sides when it's like, obviously, like anything less than, well, to me, anything less than like 78 minutes, 76. But like, I'd rather have it compressed. There's nothing worse than I'm sitting here and I got to get up every 2 songs to flip a freaking vinyl. Like, vinyl's on sometimes more entertaining, especially behind the bar. If I'm behind the bar, I'm usually here. I'm here because I'm in charge of drinks and making drinks for the wife and the women, grabbing beers for my bros. And then she'll be here and she'll be in a mid-conversation with somebody else. And, I want her friend or whatever. And I'll have to like kind of tap her and try to catch it. I have to stop my conversation first because I don't have a tone arm lifter because the way my system is, it won't fit one. I bought one, it doesn't work. It's just the way the platter and everything is. Anyway, that's another thing that drives me nuts. But what else drives me nuts? There's a lot of things. Like I could do what did Homer Simpson do? He had something like, didn't he have like a, what grinds my gears? No, that was Peter Griffin. I'm sorry. What grinds my gears? Like, yeah, I get it. And there's something to be said for like going off on that. All right, so I'm gonna go with a, I don't know, I wanted to kind of do a top list or whatever. Didn't really prep one out. And didn't pick a number, but I think I'm gonna go. I thought, because every number to me sounded solid. So like for this video, I'll do 7. I'll do a top 7 grunge albums. How about that? I'll start off with that one. All right, Pearl Jam 10 1. Actually, can I take that back? Can I just do bands instead of albums? What do you think? I should probably give this a go, since I can do them both. I'll try to do them both, but I don't know how the albums are going to go, because now you really start getting splitting hairs. Even the band, well, whatever. That's the fun of it. Like, I got to make difficult decisions. Now I'm getting warm. I was cold earlier. Pearl Jam 10 is 1. Alice in Chains, Dirt is 2. Pearl Jam Versus 3. Nirvana Nevermind 4. That'd be my, what's that called? My Mount Rushmore, I guess. Yeah, I think I got to stop there, because then you start getting like into, like, it would really be hard for me to split. I can do bands easily, or maybe not. Probably. What am I talking about? Top 7 bands, or else I'll do Mount Rushmore. We'll see whatever comes out. I'll try to do top 7, because Mount Rushmore for grunge isn't fair. So, Pearl Jam 1, Nirvana, Alice in Chains 2, Nirvana 3. STP 4. I'm missing somebody. Soundgarden 5. I go, see, I don't know if I can make it to 7. Like a good 7. Not to say like there's other bands, but they're right there. That's just like, that's the creme de la creme of Seattle music. I can't put the Pumpkins are solid. Like, there's other bands that are like, but I don't know. All right, and I'll talk about one thing. I'm going to come up with some kind of theme after this. I'll talk about one thing, I don't know, like off the wall, trying to introduce somebody to something or whatever, or something like that. Smoothie Beers is a good one. Getting back to the grunge, I'll tell you a band that I really like. There's a ton of bands I really like, but one kind of like later grunge stuff, and they're not a great band or anything like that, but I like them and I like their sound, and that's 3 Days Grace, and I like their name too. So that's what I got for you today. I don't have a ton. Almost out of beer. Which actually, my one buddy was watching. I was over his house, and he popped on one of my videos, and we watched it, and he's like, "I like your setup." I'm like, "God, I hate my setup. Like, I wish I had some kind of I'm just making do with my house. I don't care." There's like pictures of my kids and Jesus and Eagles schedule, my buddies, and like whatever. It's just, stuff up here. I have hard liquor. I have bot. Like, there's no rhyme or reason. Our house has outgrown our tastes, I guess you could say. But I'm up for new suggestions what to do with this channel. I don't know what to do, but I'm kind of thinking beer and vinyl isn't gonna. It took it the way I remember I took a break before from doing videos because I did a good video or a longer video or a video where I had like things that it was at least a little bit more to say and stuff like that, and it got blocked for everything. I was like, I think it was The Wall. Like, it was me and David. That's what it was. It was The Wall Side 3. And it was me and my son doing a video, and it got blocked. So screw you, Pink Floyd. I love you, but screw you. Like, why would you do that? I'm introducing another generation to it. This freaking world, man. Like, I'm struggling. We don't make ends meet every month. And we both do okay, but that's how hard the world is these days, how expensive everything is. Yeah, we're short every month, so it is what it is. But yeah, you block my video because you need to make an extra 5 cents off it. So go take a long walk off a short pier, dude. Oh, it is what it is. But I know a couple of videos I did before were like, I did one when the Eagles and the Phillies both lost, and that's just all I had in me. Was to do a video, and that's how I am tonight. I had a long, rough week at work. So, had a couple beers tonight, kind of moseyed through. Oh, here's something. So I'm watching The Chosen. I'm Christian. And Jesus is my Lord and Savior. You know, I'm not going to go through that whole spiel, but if you ever want to talk to me about that, I'm always there for that. But it's a really, the problem is that genre, like, never had, I wouldn't say never had, but like, some that didn't, their stuff wasn't done as well. The acting wasn't, I don't know, whatever. It was good, but it wasn't like top. This is top notch. The series The Chosen is really good. It's well written. It's well acted. And, you know, even some of the scenes and stuff like that are nice. But, I don't know. I really like it. And I am now down to, I actually, instead of watching that, the last absolute episode, or what's now the last episode, season 5, episode 8, which is part 2 of episode, you know, the last episode. But I was just like, you know what? I don't want it to end. It was kind of like Yellowstone. I blasted through Yellowstone in like winter of 2025 and early spring. And I got to the end, which I'm not a good binger. I don't do that. You know, sometimes it takes me a while. But that was when I went through Yellowstone. It was when my mom was in the hospital, and I was going down to see my dad, and just going down to see my mom, and just when I get home at like 9 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, I just had to put on like an hour show to just clear my mind. And that's what I did. Well, this video went longer, but I don't know. We'll figure things out together. Feel free to drop some comments in there if you have any suggestions or anything. But appreciate you watching, and cheers and have a good night, man.